CJ Flyer back with the fire, another YouTube video, the very first NBA 2K25 video on the channel. We're here, first rebuild of the year, and of course, you already know we have to check out the new Steph Era in NBA 2K25 starting in the 2016-2017 NBA season. We are going to be rebuilding the worst team of that era, that being the Brooklyn Nets, because they did finish with the worst record in the 2016-2017 season in real life. So I figured, why not take that team? We're going to rebuild them, and the video ends when we win a championship. Got a cool little graphic here as we enter the Steph era. I see LeBron, Durant, Westbrook, Harden, the usual names that we would expect. I see Kawhi there pictured in the bottom right. And new this year is the addition of a FIBA tournament. So a lot of new features to the MyNBA mode that I'm excited to try out. The Steph era, some major changes happening in this era. We got the 14-second shot clock after an offensive rebound, but that doesn't start until 2018. And then the play-in tournament added in 2020. Looks like we also have a few other minor changes, including new timeout systems, all-star teams, challenges, yeah, whatever. Let's go ahead and get past that. Now, I know that there are some players that are missing from the rosters as we get through this little tutorial here. Yeah, so a big name missing from the Washington Wizards is John Wall. He is not available for these rosters, in addition to a few other players, including none other than Andre Iguodala, who is obviously a key part of this Warriors dynasty team. We'll cover that in another video. What I will say is, you know, it's not entirely 2K's fault that they're not in the game. It's probably related to the fact that they couldn't get rights, but nothing that the PC modders or roster creators can't fix. So, I'm not too concerned, but for right now with this rebuild, they're not going to be available. So the best player on this Nets roster is Brook Lopez at an 84 overall. He's only 28 years old. He's not the aging Brook Lopez that you see on today's Brooklyn Nets, or sorry, on today's Milwaukee Bucks, I should say. We got Jeremy Lin here, we got Bojan Bogdanovic, we got Trevor Booker, Luis Scola, Karis LeVert, a young Karis LeVert might I add, Joe Harris, and then this looks like a bunch of auto-generated players. My goodness, oh my goodness, half the roster is auto-generated 66 overall players. Wow, this is going to be difficult. As far as draft picks go, we don't have a lot of great options, of course, and the reason the Nets were so bad around this time is because they traded away their future for the aging stars in Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and Jason Terry. ISO Joe Johnson and Darren Williams also on that team. But yeah, we're kind of in a bad spot here. A very bad spot. Let's check first and see if there are any free agents available that we'd be willing to sign. And oh my goodness. Yeah, wow. Jordan Crawford. Man, not a lot of great options here. Jarrett Jack available, Carl Landry, Mario Chalmers. Yeah, okay, first things first, we need to get a better draft pick. So we're going to see what we can get in the trade finder. Brook Lopez in his prime. If we could get some decent offers for a draft pick, I'd be very happy. But so far, it's looking like we're just getting very comparable players. DeAndre Jordan in 86 overall. Dwight Howard, starting his decline in his career. Let's see if we can get any draft picks from teams that were historically bad around this time. So the Phoenix Suns were one of the worst teams in the NBA. Let's just see what comes up in the trade finder for their pick. I mean, look, that's not too bad. I'm willing to give up a 2020 pick to get one of their future first-round picks. And if it takes trading away Brook Lopez, so be it. The Lakers, of course, are also a team that, not looking so hot. Kobe just retired around this time, and their best player is a young D'Angelo Russell and, a Lou Williams in his late 20s. The Lakers don't have their pick, though. I'm curious to see who. Oh, my goodness, of course. All right, so Philly has their pick, so we're kind of out of luck there. And then, of course, the Orlando Magic, another team not looking so hot. Let's see what kind of offers pop up for their pick. And it's another Brook Lopez trade offer, which I like the Magic's pick better than I like the Suns pick. And we get to keep the 2020 first round pick and trade away the 2021. So let's go ahead and do this one after we get through the little tutorial here. Okay, the Magic have agreed to the offer, so we now have Bismack Biyombo in place of Brook Lopez. This is going to be one of the worst seasons of all time. And I want to see if we can finesse getting our draft pick right back for that 2017 draft. Right now, all the trade offers in the trade finder are to give up our the Magic first round pick that we just acquired. However, I'm a little bit greedy, so I just want to see what I can pull out here. If we can throw in just some of our best rated players, which isn't really saying much, but, you know, got to try something. Okay, kind of a low ball offer. Bojan Bogdanovic and Karis LeVert for the 2017 pick back to us. Tyler Zeller and this auto-generated player, 59 overall, Ben Powell. And they are not willing to take the cake because of that draft pick. Let's go ahead and add maybe one of our later draft picks. Actually, let's give Boston their pick right back. Let's see if they'll do that. And they've agreed. Okay. There we go. We are in business now. We have our draft pick back, and we have the Magic's first round pick. Now, the best players of the upcoming draft include none other than Kyle Kuzma, Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, Lonzo Ball, Lauri Markkanen, John Collins. Obviously, Markelle Fultz in real life was the first round pick, but because, you know, we have the hindsight 2020, we already know Fultz is not going to be that kind of a superstar player. There's also some decent role players in the back here. Jarrett Allen, OG Anunoby, De'Aaron Fox. Yeah, there's some quality players here. Josh Hart late in the draft. So I'm pretty excited to see, you know, who we can pull. Hopefully we can get Jason Tatum. I mean, that's the goal here, is to get Jason Tatum in this draft. And then some upcoming free agents. We got Curry with, ooh, he's got a different face there, a different model. He's got the baby face that we're all used to seeing with Curry back in the day. So that's cool that 2K's changed that face scan up depending on the era. Yeah, we got a lot of quality players coming up here in free agency. So what I'd also like to do is kind of just gut out the remaining players on this roster that are getting paid a significant amount of dough. So that would, of course, be Bismack Biyombo. If there is anyone willing to take him, oh my goodness. Prayers have been answered. Look at this. I don't care so much about, you know, acquiring Jeremy Grant. He may or may not be a quality player. You know, because sometimes in these era situations, at least with 2K24, they don't always progress to being the superstar that they are in current day. However, look at that salary. Oh my goodness, that lines up so well. That might be the best one if we look at some of these other offers here. Okay, there's actually another trade I'd be interested in here to get another first round pick. This is with the Utah Jazz to get a 2018 first round top 10 protected pick from them. I think it's a great deal, and we can always make a trade with the 76ers later. So let's go ahead and do that one. And now let's go ahead. Jeremy Lin, our top paid player on this roster. We're going to trade him away as well. We're just gutting out the entire roster at this point. Another great offer from the 76ers, but again, let's just see what else is available. And sure enough, it looks like the Nuggets are willing to offer a 2017 top 10 protected pick plus a player that's getting paid under $2 million per year for Jeremy Lin. Again, I say yes, let's go ahead and do that. Let's just keep acquiring picks and shedding that salary. So the last two players I'd be looking to trade here would be Trevor Booker and then Tyler Zeller. Do we need to trade him? Is he on a team option or a player option here? It looks like team option. Okay, so we don't necessarily need to trade him, but if we can get picks for him, that's totally fine by me. And would you look at that? The Pacers are offering their 2018 first round pick, top 3 protected, plus a player that is only got one more year on his contract with the team option. Yeah, we're definitely going to go ahead and make that trade. And last but not least, I know I just said earlier there's no guarantee that Jeremy Grant becomes a star, but look, I mean, why even bother having a 36-year-old Luis Scola on this team? And that 2021 second round pick, I don't really care. That's fine. We can get rid of that just for the potential of having someone that can do something. And to be honest, I think, yeah, Jeremy Grant is the second best player on this team. Our highest rated player is a 73 overall now. As far as like roster fit and the types of players we have, it is a disaster of a situation. Our starting point guards auto-generated 66 overall. We got Joe Harris on this team. Jeremy Grant will be the starting 3. We got more auto-generated players at the 4. And we got Tyler Zeller at the 5. This might be the worst roster I've ever had on a rebuild. In fact, before I continue, we really need to see if there's any like younger players available in free agency that we want to go ahead and add to this roster that would provide some value. Look at that. Spencer Dinwiddie. Maybe we should sign him as a starting point guard, get him some, progression going. And actually, before we can do that, our roster is full, so I need to trade away a couple of these auto-generated guys. All right, Spencer Dinwiddie, welcome to the Brooklyn Nets. We're going to see how low we can go with this contract. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and give him a few years here on the team. Why not? If we can get him to progress a bit, that would be outstanding. And he's accepted. Perfect. $2.4 million per year. Great contract, especially if he continues to progress. So going into the 2016-2017 NBA season, the starting point guard is Spencer Dinwiddie. At the 2, Joe Harris. At the 3, Jeremy Grant. At the 4 is auto-generated bald guy Tyler Murphy. And then we got Tyler Zeller at the 5 and a bunch of auto-generated nobodies off of the bench. This is going to be insane. Poor Kenny Atkinson. I'm sorry you have to go through this. Oh, man. Let's just remember it's not his fault when this team ultimately fails. Midway through the season, the CPU from the Detroit Pistons, their GM, they offered us the 2019 second round unprotected pick from Houston. I don't know why, but we're going to go ahead and accept this offer. We're at the contract extension deadline, and I don't know what Jeremy Grant's issue is. He says he's refusing to re-sign, but he's got a team option. So I don't know. He can't really refuse to re-sign because it's kind of up to us. So sorry, Jeremy. You're probably coming back. LeBron James wins the MVP award in the 2016-2017 NBA season with the Cleveland Cavaliers, nearly averaging a triple-double. He saw what Westbrook was doing and said, come on, give me a chance here. Let me see what I can get done. Joel Embiid winning Rookie of the Year, 18 points per game, 9 rebounds, 2 blocks. Jared Sullinger, man, that's a name I haven't seen in a while. 6th man of the year for the Toronto Raptors. Giannis, Defensive Player of the Year. Jokic, Most Improved. And already doing Jokic things here in this season. It's a little bit ahead of schedule. Raptors winning Coach of the Year. They got the first seed. The Raptors? Wow. I'm pretty surprised. Let's go ahead and check out some of the standings here in a second. On the All-NBA first team, as you'd expect, you got Westbrook, Harden, and then LeBron, Giannis, DeMarcus Cousins. I would not expect to see any Brooklyn Nets players here. Curry getting on the All-NBA second team. And yeah, I don't see any rookies. Do we have any rookies that? No. The 76ers, trust the process. They got 3 rookies on the all-rookie first team. That's pretty insane. So as you'd expect, we finished dead last in the Eastern Conference and actually dead last in the NBA altogether by a wide margin, by more than, what was that, 12 wins? 12 wins short of second to last behind the Charlotte Hornets. That's got to be an NBA record, right? And just out of curiosity to see who's on this Raptors roster, they have Kyle Lowry, Jonas Valanciunas, and Jared Sullinger as their top players. I do not understand how this roster got a 1 seed in the East, because meanwhile, we look at the Cleveland Cavaliers who finished second in the East. They have LeBron, they've got Kyrie, they got Kevin Love. I mean, their roster is much more well put together. They do have some injuries to some of their role players, but nonetheless, I mean, come on. I'm pretty shocked. The Raptors ahead of schedule here, getting some wins. Pascal Siakam starting to progress. You got Terrence Ross like a boss on this roster too. And of course, can't forget Fred VanVleet, Jakob Poeltl. Oh, that's what it is. They also have DeMar DeRozan. How could I forget DeMar DeRozan still in Toronto in this timeline? And that must have been what the catalyst was to get them to the first seed. As for our team, we have an auto-generated player getting the most points per game. This is very surprising to me. He only played in 24 games, but nonetheless, 18.6 points per game in those games. Joe Harris also averaging 16 points per game. As you can see, he was injured for quite a bit of the season. Actually, we had a lot of injuries. Man, for this team not having a lot of players, this is ridiculous. Spencer Dinwiddie only played half the season. In that time, he got 13 points per game. How were his percentages? Where are the percentages? All right, I see what happened. We weren't actually on the per game stats. So Joe Harris was the leading scorer on this team in 34 games with 14 points per game. Spencer Dinwiddie at 32. Mel Steffens at 13.9. And Spencer Dinwiddie was shooting 40% from the field, 30% from three. Not great, but we'll take it. Honestly, I was hoping for better, but it's okay. We'll roll with the punches here. And then Joe Harris, of course, you know, he's only 25 years old. We would love to have him around for a while. He shot pretty average three-point percentage, but again, these guys aren't meant to be superstars on their own. They need to be surrounded by star players in order to kind of facilitate an environment where they can succeed. So not too surprised. And the Toronto Raptors win their first ever NBA championship, beating out Stephen Curry and Kevin Durant in 7 games. We're a couple years ahead of schedule here, folks. I was not expecting that. And in Game 7, the Raptors won in overtime by 6 points. DeMar DeRozan, the leading scorer, with 34. What happened to the Warriors, man? The Warriors have Cody Zeller on the team? That's wild. Man, the simulation's already kind of wacky, and we just got started. The Raptors had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 players in double-digit scoring. Yeah, that'd probably do it, especially since, you know, DeRozan also had a 30-plus point game. Yeah, all right. Well, that's interesting to see. Player retirements, of course. Some big names coming up. We got Manu Ginobili of the San Antonio Spurs, Mike Miller of the Nuggets, and none other than Jamal Crawford of the Los Angeles Clippers. Some other big names as you scroll further down. And I believe this is the season in which every NBA team, we're switching from Adidas uniforms to Nike uniforms. I could be wrong, but based on the fact that basically the entire league is having a rebrand here, that is what I suspect is happening. Okay, draft lottery time. Win big or go home. Okay, so what we got here? We have our own pick, which of course has the highest odds at the #1 pick. And then we have the Magic pick, which is the 5th best odds. And then that Washington pick, which is lottery protected. I kind of hope falls... Can it fall out of the lottery? I don't think it can. So we probably lose that pick. Let's go ahead and get things started here. Skip to the end, and wow, that's disappointing. So we don't get the #1 pick. We get the #4 and the #6. And then outside of that, yeah, we lose that pick to the Wizards at 14. We also have the 25th pick. That's from the Denver Nuggets in a previous trade. So right away, you already know we have to see if there is some way we can get that #1 pick from the Phoenix Suns. I can't just let them have Jason Tatum. And of course, they're not really budging. The other option would be the #2 pick. Also, the Timberwolves not budging. And then I'm sure the #3, it's what's even the point? New York Knicks, they're going to want pick #4 and pick 25. So we're going to roll with what we got, I think. Let's just go ahead and see again who's available and what the draft board says. We got Tatum, Mitchell, Ball, De'Aaron Fox. I mean, look, if we end up getting Fox and Lauri Markkanen or Fox and OG, that's not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, I'd be okay with that. But yeah, ideally, we're getting Jason Tatum on this team. I don't think that's happening. But never say never. We are going to try to make a trade happen anyways. Instead of relying on the trade finder, we are just going to force our will here and see if they're willing to accept this trade right off the bat. Let's see what they say. They say none of the assets are valuable enough. We're really going to dig deep here and see what we can pull out of our hats. All right, all future picks. Let's see. Not making it happen. I'm really pushing to get Jason Tatum here. Is that a mistake? Maybe. We're going to add this pick too. Nope, not working. Go ahead, add another pick. Still not working. Would a player suffice? Could I interest you in a 24-year-old Spencer Dinwiddie? Oh my goodness, that made it happen. That was the difference maker. So we just traded a plethora of picks here to get, so now we have the #1 pick, the #4 pick, and the #6 pick. And then, of course, we have a ton of cap space as well going into this offseason, so that will be helpful. We'll keep Kenny Atkinson around, but yeah, as far as the other staff, of course, we need to hire some new personnel here. All right, here we are, the 2017 NBA Draft. We are on the clock, and of course, we are going to be taking none other Then Jason Tatum with the #1 pick. It's a given. Welcome to the Brooklyn Nets, Jason Tatum. The Wolves are going to take Lauri Markkanen with the #2 pick. The Knicks taking Donovan Mitchell with the #3. They finally get their guy in Donovan Mitchell in this re-simulation. And we are getting some trade offers for the #4 pick, including Ricky Rubio. Man, that is also another name we have not seen in a long time. 25-year-old Chris Middleton. There are some good names popping up. Who else? Anything else worthwhile? I think we want to stick with our young guys and just use the cap space we have to get some free agents. Oh my goodness, the 4th and the 6th pick to get Andre Drummond. No, thank you. No, thank you. DeJounte Murray, 73 overall. 20 years old. We have Eric Bledsoe. Man, those are some crazy names coming up. Yeah, none of these trades I'm really too interested in. Let's go ahead and choose our guy. Now, we could take Kuzma, but I think at this point, maybe we go more for the better fit. Although, I don't know. Lonzo Ball might have some injury issues down the road. We've already seen that happen in real life. You know what I'm starting to lean towards? We got Jason Tatum. We have the upcoming offseason of some free agents. Man, I don't know. Part of me wants to just take Kuzma and pair him and Tatum up as the 2-star forwards, kind of like how Tatum and Brown got paired up on the Celtics. We of course also need centers. We need shooting, players that can shoot the ball. We need point guards. We need everything on this team. So here's what we'll do. We'll go for fit. We're going to take one of Lonzo Ball or De'Aaron Fox, and then we'll go ahead and take Bam Adebayo. So that way we have a guard, a forward, and a big. And I like Lonzo Ball. You know what? Since this is like a re-simulation, let's give Lonzo Ball a second chance to redeem himself and have a better career. We'll go ahead and draft him. And then with our 6th pick, the idea would be to get Bam Adebayo. Josh Hart is now taken at the 5th pick. That seems a bit early for him. We're getting some trade offers again. I'm not expecting a whole lot. Ooh, the Celtics trying to offer us 2 picks for 1. That's intriguing, but we already know that they're going to have a good team, so not as intriguing. The best player available now based on our scouting, of course, Kyle Kuzma, but once again, like I was saying earlier, fit might make more sense. And yeah, if we take Bama, actually, you know what? We can always get a big in a trade. Maybe we take OG Anunoby. Yeah, I've changed my mind. We're going to take OG, and those will be our picks. Now, if I recall, we no longer have any more picks in this draft. Yeah, because we traded the 25th pick to the Suns in order to get that 1st pick, and then after that, I don't think we have a 2nd round pick. So we can go ahead and simulate the rest of the draft here. Curious to see where some of these players fell. We had an auto-generated player go 7th to the Sixers. Kuzma goes to the Trailblazers. And who else do we have here? De'Aaron Fox to the Bucks. Bam Adebayo to the Mavs. Yes, some players, wow, in this redraft, Markelle Fultz going 19th. Right ahead of Frank Ntilikina. Who else? Zach Collins late in the 1st round in this draft. Luke Kennard late in the 1st round. And are there any other names that we can see here in this 2nd round? I saw Thomas Bryant. Malik Monk. Oh my goodness, Malik Monk's in this draft. And Derek White. Oh man, this draft's got a lot of good names. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and sign our 3 guys, Tatum, Ball, and Anunoby. And then going to the team player options, I mean, we're going to bring Jeremy Grant back. We're going to bring Joe Harris back. I think those guys can still provide. And the rest of these players, including Tyler Zeller, yeah, you guys are walking. See you later. Durant has declined his player option. Chris Paul's declined his player option. Paul Millsap, Gordon Hayward. Could we get Durant to the Nets? This is like everything happening 2 years early. Raptors win the championship against the Warriors. Durant potentially leaving the Warriors, go to the Brooklyn Nets. Could we make it happen? I think we could. No qualifying offers to worry about. Let's go ahead and, oh, Curry's also a free agent. Oh my goodness. All right, what kind of offers is Durant getting? 3 years, $94 million. The Pelicans are the leading team right now. Oh, they don't have it in order of interest. It would be really nice if I could sort the list of teams based on team interest here, as it looks like the Warriors and the Sixers are Durant's top 2 teams. $149 million for 4 years. So of course we're going 4 years, and this is the max amount of money we can offer, and he is not really interested. What if we do player option? Player option gets him a little bit more interested. No trade clause. I know what y'all are probably thinking. No trade clause is a bit wild, but did y'all see the interest just shoot up there? Look, what if we go no player option? No, we have to go full player option, no trade clause. I've never done that in a rebuild, but look, it's Kevin Durant and he's 28 years old. I think you have to do it. And then as far as Curry goes, if we look at some of the offers he's getting, Timberwolves are in the lead. Where's the Warriors? Are the Warriors aren't offering him a contract? That's insane. Okay, well, with we can go a little higher on the cash. I don't know if we have enough cap space to sign both. Oh goodness, hold on. I just saw cap hold 31 million. No. We gotta get rid of those cap holds there. I think. Why do we have a cap hold on Tyler Zeller? Actually, once we go to sign these guys, I think we can renounce their rights. So let's go ahead, offer Curry that contract, and we don't need to add any no trade clause or anything. If we could get Curry and Durant, that would be crazy. Chris Paul I have no interest in, at 32 years old. Gordon Hayward, he's not bad. But look, Otto Porter. Who else is available here? Dion Waiters, Tim Hardaway Jr. Those are the stars, and those are the stars I'm interested in. Chris Paul I'm not too interested in. He's starting to enter the declining phase of his career, so I don't really want to sign him to a big contract. Gordon Hayward, it could be. Oh my goodness, yeah, we might still have a chance to sign him later. And let's see, so far pending offers. Oh my goodness, Curry and Durant accepted other offers. Oh boy, okay, well that's not great. So Curry is signing with the Timberwolves. Durant is going back to the Warriors. Wow, okay, did not see that coming, that's for sure. At this point, we have money we need to spend, so I'm leaning towards signing Gordon Hayward. I'm not really excited about the idea of Gordon Hayward on this team, but we desperately need someone to remain competitive. Actually, let me go ahead and check real quick. We don't have our first round pick next year, do we? No, we just have a 2020. Yeah, we need to be competitive now. So I'm thinking we need to go ahead and just take what we can get here at this point. We might have, I don't want to say we necessarily made a mistake yet, but it would have been nice to get someone that's good quality, good quality player. Hold on, how much is Gordon Hayward being offered here? 4 years. Oh, he's got the player option too. Okay, this is a big contract, but we're going for it because, like I said, we don't really have a choice here. Let's see, and Gordon Hayward's agreed to sign with the Brooklyn Nets. Okay, so where does that leave us right now? That leaves us with a roster of Jason Tatum and Gordon Hayward at the 3 and the 4. We got OG Anunoby can fill in at the 2, Lonzo Ball at the 1. We need some bigs and then some role players. And from here on out, I'm willing to hold on to some cap space for the time being to see if we can't make some other trades happen, because the idea of Dion Waiters is not very exciting either. Neither is Andre Roberson. Man, this is pretty desperate situation here. Okay, we've made some other offers. Joe Ingles has agreed to a contract, and we're only doing 1-year contracts because, again, I'd like to hold on to some cap space going into next season. We got a veteran, Rondo, as well, 31 years old. We're going to be bringing him in. And then we tried to sign 6th Man of the Year, Jared Sullinger, who ended up signing with the New Orleans Pelicans. So, again, if we look at our roster right now, look, we got some potential for the future, but it is going to be a little bit of a rocky start, trading away all those draft picks to secure Jason Tatum, and it's a gamble that we're going to have to hope works out. So at this point, we desperately need some good quality centers. There's not a whole lot available. If we could get a center in a trade, that would be nice, but I have very low expectations at this point as far as securing a center. We can't even trade any draft pick at this point. We're kind of screwed there. In fact, I'm kind of surprised we were able to trade all of those draft picks. I could have thought that there was a rule against doing that. But if I go to the tuning sliders, is it trades? Yeah, we're not allowed to trade first round picks in consecutive years. I don't know why I was allowed to do that. I don't know if that's a glitch. I didn't even think about that. Nonetheless, let's go ahead. We're going to sign Festus Ezeli to a couple years to sign with the Brooklyn Nets. Who else? Who else do we want at this point? For point guard, we got Lonzo Ball and we got Rondo. We need another 2 guard, although OG Anunoby should be filling in there. We're fine with forwards, actually. My goodness, we're all good with forwards. Yeah, it's really just getting a couple of bigs in here. We'll also go ahead and sign Zaza Pachulia to a minimum deal. And oh my god, really? Okay, Zaza, goodbye. See you later. Festus Ezeli, I think we're still his only other offer. And then, ooh, Alex Len is getting some interest. 2 years, Tim. Oh, he's a restricted free agent. Ah, jeez. Okay, we're getting Ezeli and we're getting Thiago Splitter. So that's great. We have some centers now. And then I did not show this yet, but we also got none other than the return of 40-year-old Vince Carter on this roster, the veteran presence that we needed to help mentor the young guys. So that should be fun. And at this point, we have one more roster spot. We'll bring in the veteran Tabo Cephalosha on a minimum contract. Hopefully he'll accept that. Signed with Miami Heat. Man, it used to be in last year's NBA 2K24 MyNBA that these veteran players and these role players were not as, it wasn't as competitive to get them, but man, it's actually pretty difficult right now. PJ Tucker would be nice. Omri Caspery is, he's known as a veteran three-point presence. Let's go ahead and try to offer PJ Tucker a contract, see if that goes through, and we'll also offer a Caspi. And PJ Tucker agrees. Okay, perfect. I do not plan to take on Omri Caspi at this point because we have our 15 players, so we'll move ahead from that. So player progression, as to no one's surprise, Gordon Hayward's already regressing. 27 years old. He hasn't had that major injury. This was the offseason in which he actually went to the Boston Celtics, I believe, in real life. Rondo regressed. Thiago Splitter regressed. Vince Carter, of course, regressed. And Jeremy Grant, improvements. That is what we like to see. Yeah, I mean, none of this really surprises me. We made a gamble, and we got to hope that our young guys progress accordingly. Oh my goodness, and the guy that we just drafted, OG Anunoby, out for the season. I hope this means out for the Summer League season, because this is going to be ridiculous if he's out for the actual NBA season. That is not what we need. All right, 2018 draft class, and let's see, how is his injury doing? He's not injured anymore. Okay, perfect. So the starting lineup, we're going to have, oh, I don't like this at all. I want Lonzo Ball in front of Rondo for sure. Lonzo Ball at the 1, Joe Ingles at the 2. Do I really like that? Yeah, OG can come off the bench. That's fine. Ingles at the 2, Gordon Hayward at the 3, Tatum, the rookie, at the 4, Ezeli at the 5, and then off the bench, it's Rondo, Splitter, Grant, OG Anunoby. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Although I do want Vince Carter on the bench. And of course, we can't forget the player mentorship. Although I'm not familiar with most of these badges, I can kind of make an assumption as to what they are based on the description. But yeah, this is going to be very interesting. I need to learn a bunch of new badges this year. Okay, midway through the season, we're at the contract extension deadline once again here in the 2017-2018 season. We're going to extend Jeremy Grant on the low. We've been getting a ton of trade offers for him and some good ones too, which makes me think, and it's not like good and like, oh, I need to take this trade, but it's good enough to where I'm thinking, yeah, he's starting to progress a bit. We need to, keep him on this roster for sure. And I don't know what's up with this contract extension view. They usually tell you if a player's eligible, is willing to re-sign, refusing to re-sign, and now it's kind of glitching out, and I'm not seeing it pop up. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. I kind of had to manually check. I knew some of these players, of course, that we signed to one-year deals in free agency were not going to be eligible, but I just had to be sure. Okay, so LeBron James is winning another MVP award. Lonzo Ball, Rookie of the Year, just as everyone expected. Not really. Look at those stats though. 12 points per game, 7 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal, half a block. Shooting percentages are not bad, 30% from 3. That's not too shabby. It's below the league average, but honestly, I think it's better than what it was in real life for him. 35% from the field. We'd like to see that higher too, but also okay, and free throw percentage not great. Sixth man of the year, DeJounte Murray on the San Antonio Spurs. Looks like he has started to pick things up as well. Giannis, another defensive player of the year. Joel Embiid, most improved of the year after winning rookie of the year. That's crazy. Wow, the Cleveland Cavaliers with the first seed getting 67 wins on the season. The Celtics getting the 3 seed. They get executive of the year. I'm not quite sure exactly what they did to deserve that, but we will take a look in a second. As we go through the All-NBA teams, I am not seeing any Brooklyn Nets here. And then all defensive teams, I would not expect to see the Brooklyn Nets there either. Jason Tatum also on the all-rookie first team with Lonzo Ball, and it looks like OG Anunoby is nowhere to be seen on the all-rookie second team. So as we all know, the Eastern Conference usually considered a bit weak, and the Brooklyn Nets finished with 43 wins on the season. Not that great. However, it was good enough to get the 6th seed in the East. Meanwhile, in the Western Conference, that would not have even gotten us to the playoffs. So not too shabby. The Raptors are still a good team. The Celtics are still a good team. Let's see who the Celtics have, because again, I'm not sure how they got Executive of the Year. They got IT, they got Marcus Smart, Jake. I mean, it's the same usual suspects. They're just missing Gordon Hayward in this simulation. They've got Bojan Bogdanovic instead. They got Zach Collins. They got Mike Muscala. I really don't know what the execs did to really deserve the award, but you know what, that's not my decision. And then of course the Toronto Raptors, again, it looks like some of their players, Pascal Siakam progressing a bit. They drafted Jared Allen, and he's already contributing very well. That's a good pickup for the Raptors. So Gordon Hayward is the leading scorer on this team with 22 points per game. That's probably to no one's surprise at all, shooting 36% from 3. Jason Tatum, the second leading scorer with 15 points per game and 6 rebounds. Getting a steal in the block as well, shooting 32% from 3. We also have Joe Ingles making his contributions. Festus Ezeli, almost 10 rebounds per game. Rondo doing his thing with rebounds and assists and steals, as you would expect. Jeremy Grant starting to contribute a little bit more. OG Anunoby in his rookie year. He didn't get all-rookie second team, but my goodness, he shot the ball pretty well. 36% from 3, we'll take that. And then Vince Carter having his contributions in what I assume will be his final NBA season. So the first round matchup is against none other than the Boston Celtics. So let's see if my trash talk goes against me here with some karma. So far, so good. My goodness, we're up 2-0 in this series, winning the first 2 games on the road. And wow, okay, first 4 games in, and so far the road team is the only team that's won. Wow, okay. 5 games in. Jason Tatum out for the season with a broken leg. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. What do we got instead? So we'll have Joe Ingles and Jeremy Grant in there. That's not good. That bites. And then Vince Carter's gonna have some playing time in the playoffs in what will probably be his last season. Simulate through that one. We're going to a game 7. I'm not surprised at all. I'd be surprised if the Celtics actually don't win this game 7 here. Let's see what happens. So far, we started out good, and now the Celtics are kind of pulling away, although it is neck and neck. Now they're up by double digits. Oh, hold up. We gotta jump into this game. Okay, here we are, 55 seconds left. The Celtics have the ball, up by 2. If the Nets can get a stop here, that would be absolutely outstanding. I am not playing this, by the way. I have not played a single minute of any of the 2K modes yet, so I want to make sure I get a little bit of practice in first before I commit to this. Rondo taking the ball in, passing out to Joe Ingles, giving some pump fakes. Man, the players that are in right now, we don't have any of the stars in. Rondo taking in, tough layup. Ooh, man. Tying the ball game, 79 apiece. This is a very low scoring game, by the way. 27 seconds left, so just enough time for each team to have at least one possession with the ball. IT at the top of the key, waiting to call the play. It looks like they're just going to wait till the shot clock winds down here. As Terry Rozier coming off a couple screens, he was wide open for a second. Now instead it's pick and roll with Kelly Olynyk, IT with the open 3, and he drains it. Oh my goodness. Okay, you know what I said about not playing here? I might actually try to play this. Hold on. All right, timeout, and let's see. Who do they have in the ball game? Did they make the subs? Gordon Hayward is in the game, ladies and gentlemen. Gordon Hayward's in the game, guarded by Jaylen Brown. We also got Lonzo Ball in there. He needs to shoot a 3, and instead he's driving. Okay, you know what? No. You had your chance. I hope we have some timeouts left. Can we call a timeout? No timeouts left in the game. I have switched this up so that I'm in control. And why did we switch to the 2K low camera? I have no idea. And we missed the 3-pointers, so that will be that. Losing the first round matchup, Jason Tatum getting injured definitely does not help. And that will be it. The Celtics coming back from a 3-2 deficit, able to win that one. And let's see how they fare in the rest of these playoffs. They get swept by the Raptors. And the Spurs winning the championship. Kawhi Leonard, the Finals MVP. Who else is on that roster? They had DeJounte Murray, LaMarcus Aldridge, Danny Green, Pau Gasol. Okay, they had a pretty solid roster, but still pretty incredible. The Warriors didn't make it past the second round with Kevin Durant leading the charge. The Minnesota Timberwolves with Stephen Curry didn't really get too far either. So they got Curry, Levine, Wiggins, Towns, Markham. Wow, that's an insane lineup. I'm actually surprised they couldn't pull out anything out of their hat to make it past the first round, but the Nuggets prevailed. So yes, Vince Carter will indeed retire. We're going to let him right off and retire peacefully here. We're not going to try to bring him back for one more year. Meta World Peace retiring. Jason Terry, Dirk. Wow, a lot of big names here. Paul Pierce also in the mix, and surprisingly no more players outside of Dirk and Paul Pierce making it to the Hall of Fame. Okay, we don't have a draft pick, so we're going to skip past all of everything draft lottery. Team and player options. Byron Hardaway. Not familiar with your game, and I don't think you played for us the last year. If we can skip past all of this. Career stats, he did play a few minutes per game. We're not going to bring him back. We're going to let him walk. LeBron has declined his player option. Russell Westbrook's declined his player option. I don't know that we have enough cap space to do anything about that. Joe Ingles will offer the qualifying offer here. I don't think we have enough money. Yeah, we have negative. Oh, wait. Oh, we do. Oh, wait a minute. We do have some dough. Hold on. What kind of offers is LeBron getting? 4 years with the Mavs, 3 years with the Lakers, 4 years with the Nuggets, 4 years with the Cavs. Okay, 150 is the number. Let's go ahead and see what we can make work here. Is this 150? That doesn't look like 150 to me. By my math, we are a little bit short. I'm willing to throw in the no trade clause for LeBron James. I mean, let's be real here. We'll throw in the player option, the no trade clause. We're giving him everything. It's LeBron James. You do not have enough room to sign LeBron. Okay, in previous 2Ks, they would tell you didn't have enough room. Now, when I look at the number at the top of the screen here in the menu, it says cap space is negative. But when I'm going to sign it, it should, in previous 2Ks, it would, oh, I see. If I go back one, that's the actual amount of money we can offer him. Okay, well, that's not cool. Can we trade Gordon Hayward and then sign LeBron? Is that too desperate of a move to try to pull that off? I don't feel like that's a smart move. So hold on. We can only offer LeBron how much? If I try to offer this, it says you may only sign players for the amount of cap space you have remaining. But if I try this, okay, so I can offer him that much. Let's go ahead and we're just experimenting here, okay? Cut me some slack. We're experimenting. What if we trade away Gordon Hayward to try to create space to sign LeBron James? I don't think it's actually going to work. We can bring D'Lo to the Brooklyn Nets. Oh, 2 draft picks. That might even be more beneficial. And the Magic aren't even that good, right? I need to check their record last year, but I don't think the Magic are that good. The Magic have Luka Doncic. That's who they drafted. Man, I'm a little bit hesitant now to take their draft picks. They might not be worth anything. But outside of Luka, they don't even have a team. They got Vucevic, and that's pretty much it. Yeah, you know what? Let's stay the course. If Durant and Curry weren't willing to sign and we gave them... I mean, heck, we offered Durant a no-trade clause. Look, if they weren't willing to accept that, I don't see why any of these other players would be willing to accept anything. And once again, I'm just a little bit confused why the system this year doesn't tell you right off the bat that you don't have enough dough to offer these players. Joel Embiid, he's a restricted free agent, so that's almost pointless. Isaiah Thomas has no offers right now. That's insane. Here's something funny. What if we tried to bring Brook Lopez back? We could offer him this contract. He's not getting any offers right now, so maybe we can wait a little bit and just see what we are going up against as far as trade offers for him. But yeah, we offered Joe Ingles a qualifying offer. He was a restricted free agent. Is there anyone else that we'd be interested in bringing in? Again, with our roster, we need a backup point guard. We don't have any shooting guards really, although OG's going to fill in at that spot. We have no true power forwards, and then centers. We're a bit weak at the center position. So yeah, bringing in Brook Lopez would not be bad. Clint Capella is 24 years old, so that's honestly looking much better. He's a restricted free agent though, so he's likely going to walk, I would expect. And then Joel Embiid, I don't think... Oh, we have enough money to sign Joel Embiid? Hold up. I mean, look, I know he's a restricted free agent, so the odds of getting him are pretty slim, but I'm just We're gonna throw all the money that we can at him and see if the 76ers are willing to match. I would assume that they are, but we're, you know, doesn't hurt to try. Doesn't hurt to try, right? Okay, so Joel Embiid has agreed, but yeah, there we go. The 76ers have decided to match the offer sheet, so he is not coming our way, unfortunately, and that is okay. We'll just have to figure something else out here. Again, I'm thinking Brook Lopez. It's just, I don't like the idea of bringing him on for that many years, but we absolutely need a big, so that's probably our best option. Can we, yeah, we can't offer DeMarcus Cousins the money that he is looking for. All the other bigs that are worthwhile getting are restricted free agents and are likely going to be matched. So you know, we can try to offer Clint Capella some money here. Hold on, what are his offers again? 4 years, 75 million, so just under 20. Yeah, I mean, we can try. I don't think it's gonna work. So we'll offer that to Clint Capella. He has decided to sign with the Houston Rockets, to no one's surprise. Yeah, I think it's pretty much a given. I think we gotta give Brook Lopez the contract he wants, or not the contract he wants, but we have to give him a contract, and I'm actually gonna go a little bit low on him just because I'm feeling cheap. So 19 mil, 3 years for Brook Lopez. He is, oh, what is this? Joe Ingles is prepared to accept an offer from the Spurs. You're given the opportunity to match 3 years and $17 million. All right, well, that's fine. We'll take him. We'll take both of them. And then curious to see where LeBron's going to go. It looks like he technically hasn't accepted an offer yet. Mavs, Cavs, that is, oh wait, there's a third team down there. Who was it? The Suns. Okay, interesting. At this point, we really just need a backup point guard so we could bring Rondo back. We could bring in Brandon Jennings. I'm leaning towards Rondo. And Rondo's decided to sign with the Cleveland Cavaliers. So great. We're stuck with, man, it is a lot harder this year to get some of those bench players that you want. That being said, Nurkic is an unrestricted free agent at this point. We might as well try to bring him in to have a better backup option for the center. And he's young, so not too shabby there. Oh my goodness, never mind. We can't offer him the money he wants. Okay, yeah, our options at really any position are extremely limited. What kind of offers is Aaron Brooks getting? 1.51 mil. We just gotta hope that he's willing to sign with us over any other team, I guess, because yeah, I don't know. Who else? Man, a bunch of auto-generated players. I don't recognize any of these guys. Oh, Fred VanVleet? I mean, he's a restricted free agent, but ooh, hold up. How much money can we offer him? We'll go all out on Fred VanVleet. I have no problem just going nuts on offering him money. All right, I mean, Toronto's most likely going to match that, but yeah, he's willing to sign. And okay, we tried to get Aaron Brooks. He signed with the Spurs, and we got him. It didn't match. We just got Fred VanVleet on this roster? No way. Oh my goodness. Okay, well let's hope that the money we paid him is worth it and that it actually progresses, because otherwise there's going to be a lot of regret behind that decision. Oh man, how did I not see him earlier? Gerald Green, one of my favorite players in NBA 2K, is available. Yeah, this year is difficult. You actually have to compete for some of these bench players. Look at this. So many offers from teams, you know, willing to give him the minimum. That's pretty insane. So I think this year in 2K25, you have to really consider, you know, what different players' interests are. All right, player progression time. Jason Tatum all the way up to an 85 overall. That is insane. Gordon Hayward staying right where he's at an 87. Brook Lopez down to an 83. Lonzo Ball making a huge jump too, up to an 82. And then OG making a little bit of a jump up to a 76. That's not too bad. Jeremy Grant making a little bit of a jump. Fred VanVleet not moving. Maybe we're going to regret paying him that money. I don't know. We'll see. And then we signed some veterans here. We got Boris Diaw, we got Vucevic, we got Jeff Green, we got Gerald Green. So we got a couple greens, and hopefully that's enough green to get us to the NBA Finals. Dwayne Wade plans to retire and is eligible for a farewell tour. If you say yes, their plans to retire cannot be reversed. Oh, this is a pretty cool new feature. We'll go ahead and allow that to happen. I'm not sure how that changes, you know, if that's going to be in-game changes or if it's going to change at all with the simulation side of things. Starting lineup, we got Lonzo Ball at the 1, Joe Ingles at the 2, Gordon Hayward at the 3, Tatum at the 4, Brook Lopez at the 5. Off the bench, we got Festus Ezeli, OG Anunoby, Jeremy Grant, this G League guy that we signed. And then we have all of our, Well, hold on a second. Who's this guy? Get Fred VanVleet on the bench here, and Jeff Green. We don't need Boris Diaw out there. Midway through the season, it has not been a great start so far. We're doing okay. Joe Ingles, though, out for the season now with a dislocated left patella, so we are going to see what the rotation is looking like after he is injured. And oh my goodness, no, we do not want Ezeli in the starting lineup. What kind of a joke is that? Yeah, that would be the preferred lineup. We want to be running Lopez and Ezeli out there at the same time. Yeah, we started off losing the first 7 games of the 2018-2019 season and have since made a bit of a comeback here. Getting a lot of trade offers for Brook Lopez, but we are not going to let him walk for nothing. Another season-ending injury. Festus Ezeli out with a leg stress fracture. This is just getting worse and worse. Every few weeks that we get through just does not stop. We're still in the playoff picture. Oh my goodness. And now Lonzo Ball out with knee tendonitis 6 to 8 weeks. It's just, you can't catch a break at all. Just 1 week after the next, there's a new long injury here. Oh, thank goodness. He healed a lot faster than expected. We have a slightly better record than last season, it looks like. And oh, Joe Ingles, who was supposed to be out for the season, he's back. Oh, he's back. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Oh, whoa, we got our G League guy in the starting lineup. Are you sure about that? I don't know about that. Let's go ahead and get him back to the bench. I don't like that idea. OG Anunoby is going nuts, man. He's looking real good. Let's finish out this last game of the season. We lost by 2. That's okay. Giannis getting MVP. Luka getting Rookie of the Year. That's not surprising. Jordan Clarkson, 6th Player of the Year. Giannis is also Defensive Player of the Year. Jaylen Brown, Most Improved. The Celtics are the 1 seed in the East. Okay, and then where are the Brooklyn Nets? Nowhere to be seen on these all-NBA teams yet. Lonzo Ball is the all-defensive first team. That's nice to see. And then as far as rookie goes, of course, we don't have any rookies. But yeah, this is the 2018 draft, so of course the Luka, Ayton, Bagley draft, and Bagley is getting on the all-rookie first team. And ooh, Trae Young on the Knicks. Oh, I don't know how Knicks fans are feeling about that. That's a bit weird. So yeah, better finish than last year. 1 more win on the season, 44 to be exact. 5th seed is what we're getting. We're going to be playing against the 4 seed Philadelphia 76ers, being led by none other than Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. They got Ricky Rubio as their backup point guard, and TJ McConnell. So pretty solid looking team that they got put together. Gordon Hayward, the leading scorer on this team, followed by Tatum, Lopez, and Ball. We got our G League guy coming in, getting 9 points per game. That's a pretty solid pickup by us in the offseason. Tatum's shooting over 40% from 3, looking great. Gordon Hayward's playing well too, and then Lonzo Ball. We might look to trade Gordon Hayward in the offseason just if there's another star player available, because he's not going to be staying at that level forever. Lonzo Ball, you know, a little bit better than last year as far as the shooting goes. Game 1 going to Philly. I'm not really surprised. Gordon Hayward out again. Oh my goodness. All right, well, that's not good. We're going to get swept here, it looks like. Yep, going to go ahead and get swept. Finish out the rest of the playoffs here, and Philly makes it to the finals. They lose to the Spurs, with Kawhi Leonard getting finals MVP yet again. Dwayne Wade retiring as a Chicago Bull. Boris Diaw of our Brooklyn Nets also going to retire. And Kenny Atkinson's contract has expired, so now we're looking at other options. I don't see Kenny Atkinson anywhere here to bring him back even. Oh, there he is. He has gotten an offer from someone, I don't know who, to go play elsewhere. Let's see what other coaches are available, though. We got Don Nelson that we could bring in. We got the auto-generated fake Mike Stauffer coach. We got Mike D'Antoni. We got Greg Popovich, who's getting a ton of offers. We can just offer him the max amount of money. See what we get. I like the idea of bringing Mike D'Antoni in too, so we'll offer him a contract. And then, of course, we'll go ahead and offer Kenny Atkinson as well because, you know, why not? He deserves to stick through it all. We'll go ahead, offer him the max amount of money that we can offer. And it looks like Kenny Atkinson will return as the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. We had a 2nd round pick this year. We're not going to bring him on. Yeah, why not? We'll bring him on. It's hard enough getting role players as it is. We now have the team options for Tatum, Ball, and Anunoby, so we're going to go ahead and extend them, of course. And we have some big names in the free agent market once again this year, Harden and Jimmy Butler. If we could get James Harden, that would be insane. We also got Marc Gasol available, Hassan Whiteside available, and then after that, it's some lesser names. Qualifying offers, yeah, we'll definitely try to extend the G League guy. He was doing pretty great for us. Jokic is also available, and Towns. I'm surprised there's no mention of that. Jokic, an unrestricted free agent too. Of course, we don't really have enough cap space to offer anyone anything at this point. Porzingis, man, this is a great free agent pool. We got Klay Thompson available. Yeah, man. Tatum's gonna take over as the main number 3, so I'm curious to see what kind of offers we can get for Gordon Hayward here. If there's anything worthwhile, we can get an aging Chris Bosh and a first-round pick to go with him. The Charlotte Hornets offering some draft picks, but otherwise, man, the offers are not looking good. Everyone's lowballing. No one's really high on Gordon Hayward, it seems. Ooh, oh, but this one to get Domantas Sabonis, that could be something. Again, the goal is to just win a championship and be done with it. I'm just not sure we're winning a championship with Gordon Hayward at this moment. Man, Domantas Sabonis, how's he been doing the first few seasons? Okay, maybe not the best. Okay, I also put Brook Lopez into the trade finder, and okay, we're getting some interesting offers here. Kevin Love, he's aging, but we'd have to give up OG Anunoby as well, so I'm not too excited about that. We could trade Brook Lopez for... are the Hornets good? I don't even know right now. We need to check their roster out, because that's a second time we've gotten offered a couple of their future first-round picks. We could send over an aging Brook Lopez for a young Domantas Sabonis. How's Brook Lopez been doing for us, might you ask? Pretty well, so maybe we shouldn't be giving him up. Here's an interesting trade. Lonzo Ball and Joe Ingles for the future potential MVP candidate Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Clint Capella. The question is, does Shai turn into the player that he is today? And that answer, I don't know. This might be a huge gamble just based on having the 2020 hindsight. Oh, we do not want Draymond Green on this team. Yeah, this is interesting. As we know, these simulations don't always play out the way that things in real life played out. The question would be, does Shai get the starting job if he's traded? Because let's see what he's getting right now, 21 minutes per game. Ideally, we'd be giving him 30 minutes per game. Okay, we're just going to stick with what we got. We're going to go for players that we can afford at this point. We need some backup guards, and we need some backup forwards. Okay, progression time. Tatum now up to an 89 overall. Lonzo Ball to an 86. Hayward continuing to regress. Brook Lopez regressing some more. OG up to a 79. Ingles regressing. And Jeremy Grant is just slowly but surely working his way up the ladder as far as progression goes. Van Fleet, is that investment paying off? Not really. Kind of disappointed with that. Some other players that we managed to sign, of course, Bojan Bogdanovic, he's a good role player. Aaron Aflalo, a 3-point presence. Danny Green, a 3-point presence. And after that, oh yeah, and also J.R. Smith, let me not forget. We got a veteran J.R. Smith on this team. I'm kind of wanting to trade Gordon Hayward, honestly. I don't feel like he's worth the money anymore. But then a part of me too, it's just difficult because right now the situation is, I'm trying to create cap space. Actually, going into next offseason, that's the last season, we have Tatum on his rookie contract, Ball on his rookie contract, OG on his rookie contract. So this would be the year to trade Gordon Hayward either for a star player or for cap space. And also with Brook Lopez starting to decline, it might make sense to bring a center in. Oh my goodness, Andre Drummond, 88 overall? Are you kidding me? Oh my, look at these numbers, monster numbers. Is that a championship piece right there? Am I crazy for saying that? I can't even believe I said that out loud. All right, call me crazy. We're doing it. I'm removing this draft pick though. They don't need my draft pick. Oh my goodness. Okay, you know what? You want to play that game? We're gonna add one of your draft picks right back. It's a back and forth battle at this point. I would rather have their draft picks than have mine. Actually, who else do they have on their team? Tobias Harris, Caldwell Pope, Derek. Oh yeah. Oh, most definitely. I want their draft picks. If we can go 1-for-1 on draft picks, that would be huge. Whoops, I don't want Tobias Harris. Let's go ahead, add some of their picks in here. Pick cannot be traded. Yeah, okay, whatever. Go ahead and add that. They're gonna say no. They're gonna add more. I don't want to give up Jeremy Grant though. How about that? Can we make that work? No, I don't want to give up Jeremy Grant. Does that work? Come on, man. I'm not giving up Jeremy Grant. Oh boy, all right. You know what? Let's see if we can do that. No. Can we add someone other than Jeremy Grant? What's he getting paid again? He's getting paid $3 million per year. Surely we could add someone comparable. Honestly, I'll give you Fred VanVleet. He's not working out for us, so this trade would put the Nets under the... Oh, I see. Okay, we need to add another player in here. All right, make it happen. Come on. Oh my goodness, you've got to be kidding me. We'll add another second-round pick in here. I don't even care. I just want your draft pick really badly. Okay, perfect. They just want to rob us of all of our second-round picks, and I personally think a 23 and a 24 for their 2020 is absolutely worth it. We're going to go ahead and take that trade. So now if we look at the upcoming future draft picks, we have in the 2020 draft our own pick and the Pistons pick. And I do wonder, so that is the next draft, I do wonder if our draft pick is worth anything. I'm guessing probably not, but I'm willing to check and see. The 76ers, the Bucks, 22, yeah, not really seeing a whole lot. Ooh, we could get Karis LeVert in the party. There's actually some decent role players here. We could get Robert Covington. We could get Darren Collison. Let's go ahead and take a look at the roster first before we commit to any of these, and then we'll see if what we want to do. Okay, so the starting lineup right now, as we have it: Lonzo Ball at the 1, J.R. Smith at the 2, Tatum at the 3, Brook Lopez at the 4. No. What are we doing here? Get OG Anunoby in there. Get Tatum at the 4. We got Drummond starting at the 5. We got Lopez off the bench. Honestly, we could trade Lopez at this point. He's also declining, so I have no bad feelings at all about seeing what we can get for him if we can get anything decent in return. Chris Middleton is not a bad return. Yeah, actually, you know what? We're going to hold on to Brook Lopez unless there is a better big available to have coming off the bench. Oh my goodness, who's this? These auto-generated players. Oh my goodness. We have to sign one of these guys. Are you kidding me? 7'2", 82 overall. Can we negotiate a 27 million? Hold on. Just hold your horses. Look, just be happy that a team's offering you a contract, man. My goodness. Okay. Is there anything else we can do to kind of entice the guy? Not really. So our backup option would be this Earl Jenkins guy. Can we offer him a contract? He's accepted. Okay, great. That was a huge fine to have in free agency. We have this random generated Earl Jenkins, undrafted from Oklahoma, has never played a single minute in the NBA. I don't know where this guy came from, how he went undrafted. Maybe he's got injury issues. I don't know, but we just signed him on a 1-year deal. And he can play the 4 or the 5, I suppose, right? Can we make his... Hold on, can we make his backup position the center? That would be nice. Okay, so his backup position's center, so we have him as an option to go in. What are his stats? What can he do? Oh my goodness, 98 mid-range. Wow, this guy's insane. What's his rebound stats? This is crazy. Oh my goodness, 80s? Oh, this guy's a contributor right off the bat. We don't need Brook Lopez anymore. So we're going to go ahead and trade Brook Lopez again. We're going to look for... I saw a Mike Conley trade. Chris Middleton's not bad, but we have to give up a first-round pick to get him. This, at least we can also dump this salary. And Mike Conley only has 1 year left on his contract, so the perks with that as well. We could choose to either extend him because we'll have the bird years. Oh, it's a player option, so he's probably going to accept. Okay, so really it's more like he's got 2 years left. That timing doesn't work out quite as well. I just feel like, you know, Brook Lopez is going to continue to regress. It's not a good trend. At least now we signed this Earl Jenkins guy. He'll be starting. Brook Lopez will come off the bench. And who's our backup point guard? Oh my goodness, it's Fred VanVleet. And he's not even really getting playing time. We could use a backup point guard more than a backup center, I feel like. We go ahead to free agents again. Okay, I found something interesting. I found another free agent that looks solid. So we're going to trade Brook Lopez, okay? I hope you're all ready for this. We're going to get Mike Conley as the backup point guard. We're trading 2 players for 1. So that's going to happen. Done. And then the next thing we are going to do is we are going to go into free agency because look who I found. Another center by the name of George Brooks, 28 years old, mind you, but he's 7'2", and he is willing to take, I mean, heck, we'll sign him to 3 years. He's looking solid enough. Can we, oh my goodness, oh no, I messed up big. He'll take a 2-way contract? That's insane. Will he sign this 1-way? He's declined. Okay, Let's go ahead. I'm surprised he'd take the two-way contract, but we'll go ahead and do that. He's accepted the offer. Can we sign him for the remainder of the season now? Are you sure you want to sign to a league minimum contract? This contract will allow him to remain on your team. Yes. Yes, sir. Hold on. I thought I just did that. Hold on. Does it not go into effect until I simulate? I am not sure, but we got Mike Conley on this roster now. The team is starting to look a little bit more stacked, I think. So we got Conley at the 1, Lonzo Ball at the 2, Tatum at the 3, this Earl Jenkins guy at the 4, Andre Drummond at the 5, and then off the bench, it's the two-way contract George Brooks, we got OG, we got Joe Ingles, we got Bogdanovich. It's a pretty solid roster. I think we're going to fare a lot better than we did in the previous season, and then we need to look at contract extensions here. And yeah, no one is eligible, so we're all good to go. We're good to start simulating this season, and so far off to a great start here. We're getting offers for Lonzo Ball. I will pause and discuss any good trade offers that we get. All right, here we go. George Brooks cannot remain called up to the NBA as he signed to a two-way, and I would like to sign for the remainder of the season. I don't know why it has not given me that option. Okay, there we go. Finally. You saw me trying to click on it earlier. I'm not sure what happened, but now we are able to sign him for the remainder of the season, and he gets injured right away. And of course, here we are in late March. Once again, another key player going out with a season-ending injury. This time, OG Anunoby, right patella injury. Very unfortunate to see. And then now Joe Ingles out with injury, but at least that one's temporary. Yeah, we've had players getting injured left and right once again, but we've been able to manage. And as you can see, my goodness, our winning total is insane. Oh goodness, here we go. Mike Conley now out with an injury, and here we are ending the season, 61 wins. Russell Westbrook's getting the MVP on the Dallas Mavericks. 30 points per game with near triple-double stats there. Zion Williamson, Rookie of the Year with the Houston Rockets. Jeremy Lin, 6th Man of the Year with the Mavs. Kawhi, Defensive Player of the Year. D'Lo, Most Improved, still on the Lakers. The Timberwolves getting the first seed in the West, getting Coach of the Year and Executive of the Year. And then let's go ahead and look at these All-NBA teams. Do we have Jason Tatum finally making an All-NBA team? No, we don't. Defensive teams, also no candidates there. We do have Earl Jenkins, the guy that we signed in free agency, as being part of the All-Rookie First Team, 23-year-old rookie. And we have George Brooks, who never got a single NBA minute. Our scouts are working overtime here. George Brooks coming in, also getting on the All-Rookie First Team. And we'll go ahead and check out their stats right after we look at the standings. 61 wins on the season. Second place is the New York Knicks. They have, again, Trae Young and Donovan Mitchell and Carmelo. And wow, what a lineup. Trae, Donovan, Carmelo, Porzingis. They have Derrick Rose off the bench. Fan favorite right there. Joakim Noah off the bench. What a squad. The Chicago Bulls got Kemba, Jimmy Butler, Kyle Anderson, and Ayton. Wow, Bulls have a squad too. That's pretty insane. Toronto Raptors still doing what they were doing, you know, still a winning team. They're just not quite as good. So the leading scorer is none other than this Earl Jenkins guy that we signed for 1 year. I think we get pretty lucky if we could bring him back in the offseason. I have very low expectations, but that would be nice. Tatum is the second leading scorer with 16 points per game. Conley out for at least a little while, right? I don't remember how many. OG's the one with the season-ending injury. Conley with 15 points per game. Lonzo Ball 13. Drummond 13. Look at the spread on the scoring. Looking pretty nice. I like to see that. I like to see that. Although I do prefer that we have some kind of a star player. I really would like Tatum to step up. That's okay. At least we're winning games. Everyone's contributing. That's always nice to see. First round matchup is going to be the Washington Wizards, who have Bradley Beal as their #1 option. They got Dennis Smith Jr. since John Wall doesn't exist in these simulations. Otto Porter is there, Markieff Morris, John Henson, Bismack Biyombo off the bench, Ty Lawson off the bench. So some familiar faces. Let's go ahead and get things started here. Jeremy Grant injured day-to-day. That's okay as we win the first game of the series. Up 2-0, 3-0 now. Can we get the sweep? Jeremy Grant has healed just in time for the Nets to move on to the second round to face the Philadelphia 76ers with Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. The rest of their team, it's looking pretty familiar. Some faces that we've seen on the Sixers in the past. The Sixers are able to steal one on the road, but we steal it right back, and now we're up 3-1 here. 3-2. Can we finish it off? There we go. On to the conference finals. Facing that New York Knicks team we talked about, this star-studded team. Gonna be a little bit nervous, not gonna lie, as the Knicks win the first 2 games on the road. This might be a sweep. And sure enough, there you go. We're gonna simulate the rest of the playoffs. The Timberwolves winning with Karl Anthony Towns. Do they still have Steph Curry? Yes, they do. They got Steph, they got Levine, Wiggins, Jaren Jackson Jr. too. Are you kidding me? They're so good. They got Lauri Markkanen. Look at all these hidden gems they got. Tyus Jones as well. Dante DiVincenzo. He's starting on the Knicks. Jordan Poole. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. That's insane. The Timberwolves are a powerhouse of a team. Okay, draft lottery time. We have that Detroit Pistons pick this year, and it is 6th best chances of getting the #1 pick. We end up staying right at 6. That is fine with me. We also have the 29th pick in this draft. Okay, so number 1 pick is going to be LaMelo Ball to the New Orleans Pelicans. Number 2, James Wiseman to the Heat. Number 3, Anthony Edwards to the Thunder. 4, Poku. Oh my goodness, Charlotte, you got to be kidding me. Tyrese Halliburton is going to the Clippers at 5, and then let's see who's available here. There's some good players. Hold on, let's go ahead and sort by rank here. Killian Hayes, no thank you. Precious Achiuwa, man, it looks like the best players already got taken. There are some other good. Oh, Tyrese Maxey? Why is he all the way down here? I mean, we might be able to snag Tyrese Maxey late in the draft. That might be a gamble, but a gamble I'd be willing to take. He might also not progress as much as I'm hoping. Who's a contribute now type of guy? Okongwu would be. And we need to keep in mind who's going to be on this team next year. We don't really need a point guard at this point. We got Lonzo Ball and Mike Conley. Andre Drummond, he's got a player option. I'm assuming he's coming back. Tatum will still be with the team. We really could use another forward or a big is kind of what I am thinking. Let's also just go ahead and see if there's any offers for this pick. I'm just curious if there's anything decent. Chris Middleton, that's not a bad snag. DeAndre Jordan, Paul Millsap, a lot of aging stars. I feel like I'm missing someone from this draft and I'm not seeing them in this list. But as I scroll down, I mean, no one's really popping up. I mean, yeah, there's familiar names, but no one that's a star potential. So here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we go ahead. We're going to take Okongwu with this first pick that we have, and then we're going to hope we can get Tyrese Maxey late in the draft. So let's go ahead and sim to our next pick, and then let's see if Tyrese Maxey's still available. He's probably not. Nope, I don't see him anywhere. So Tyrese Maxey got taken. That's fine because we don't need a guard, and the chances. Oh, Desmond Bane's available. Oh, hold up. Oh my goodness, how is he available? Yeah, this is a no-brainer. We're taking Desmond Bane with this pick late in the first round. Where did Tyrese Maxey get taken, might you ask? It looks like, oh my goodness, he got taken the pick right before ours. We were this close, but hey, I'll take Desmond Bane. That's a nice pickup. And we got a center in Okongwu. And then just to make sure I didn't miss anyone, I'm just looking through this list. I don't see any star potential players. So that's all fine. We're going to go ahead, sign Okongwu and Bane. And then, of course, we have all of these team options, player options. Oh my goodness. Andre Drummond declined. Mike Conley declined. Now, we do have their bird rights, so we should be able to bring them back. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Durant declined his player option. He's a free agent once again, but we don't have the dough for him. And then we're going to extend qualifying offers to Jenkins and Brooks. Let's go ahead now. We're going to offer a bunch of money to Drummond. And oh yeah, hold on. We need to see how much money they're being offered by other teams right now. So far, I guess no one's got the money to give him what he wants. So we'll offer him that. And then Conley. Conley's not getting any interest from anyone at this point, so we can go ahead, see if he's getting any interest now. Now he's getting some interest, so we can compare. Not very many good offers, so we can actually afford to go a little bit lower on him because I don't like the idea of having him on for 5 years, especially when I feel like he's probably going to start regressing sooner or later. So let's get it right to the point where it starts to go down a little bit. Yeah, there we go. We'll offer him this much money. It's a lot, I know. Earl Jenkins is prepared to accept an offer from the Bucks. You're given the opportunity to match, and same with George Brooks. So, oh my goodness. And we're going to go ahead and match all of that. So we're bringing all of those guys back. And there you have it. I believe all of them have now returned. Yes, they have. Perfect. This team's looking stacked. NBA Finals potential team right here, I think. Obviously, a lot of good players available in this free agent market. We just don't have the money for it. So right now, we just need some shooting guards, and I think we'll be solid. All right, there we go. We got Norman Powell for 3 years. That's a great backup shooting guard option. And bringing back the legend Joe Harris, and that should fill out our roster. So if we go forward to player progression, Tatum's up to a 90. We got Drummond an 88 still. Lonzo Ball up to an 87. We got Mike Conley. We got Earl Jenkins up to an 83. We got George Brooks still hanging around 80. Of course, he's kind of at the prime of his career. We got Norman Powell now. Bogdanovich going down, but that's okay. Van Fleet, the investment did not play out the way we were hoping. OG's injured, but he's up to an 80 overall. And then we have Joe Harris, who progressed, which is nice to see. Starting lineup, why is Lonzo Ball not starting? That is the question. I think Lonzo Ball should be starting personally. I'm sure that's going to go back and forth. We'll let it be for now, maybe? No, you know what? Lonzo Ball starts. Mike Conley, Lonzo Ball, Tatum, Jenkins, Drummond off the bench. We've got Norman Powell, George Brooks, OG Anunoby, Bojan Bogdanovich, and then, oh my goodness, what in the world is the CPU doing? Fred VanVleet's not working out. You're not getting any minutes. Jeremy Grant's up to a 76 overall. Oh, and I forgot to extend Tatum in the offseason. Ah, geez. I always forget to do that. Well, hopefully this is the year that we win a championship, and I don't have to worry about that. But that's something they did not fix for 2K25. Is they didn't give you a reminder to extend your rookies the summer prior. As you can see, players on a rookie skill contract can only sign extension during the offseason prior to the final option year of their contract period. So we have the chance of losing Tatum, Ball, and OG Anunoby, and I hope that doesn't happen. Is there anyone else we can sign to an extension, though, that I am forgetting? I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it. We're set at this point. Oh, Joe Ingles. Okay, we can extend him for another year, and then maybe Van Fleet extend for, yeah, the minimum's fine. I'm willing to extend him for the minimum. Okay, I'm stopping the simulation because I just can't believe it. OG's always getting injured. I mean, like, he's a great player, don't get me wrong, but he's always getting injured. He's not averaging many points per game. I'm starting to think once he's healed up, we're going to look at the trade market for him, because it's just getting insane how many times he gets hurt in these simulations. Okay, he's finally healed several weeks later. Let's go ahead, see what kind of, hold on, real quick, I just want to show you guys how many games each year he's hurt. So, games played, where is that? I think that's at the very end of the row here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, the last 2 seasons, he hasn't even played a full 82 games combined. It's insane. Look at that, 58 games in 1920 season, and then 2021 season, he's only played, oh, well, that's this season, I guess. But still, I'm not too thrilled about it. I feel like he gets hurt way more often than he should. I'm just curious to see what the trade market is for him. And, man, it's not good. It's not good. There's no good options here. Zubac maybe. Domantas Sabonis maybe, but we don't need a center at this point. Forget it. Forget what I said. OG is such a great player. Who am I kidding? We're holding on to him, and we'll ride this out. Ben Simmons winning the MVP in a turn of events here. The redemption arc for Ben Simmons, 27 points per game, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, and a steal, shooting 60% from the field. No three-pointers attempted, of course. Anthony Edwards, Rookie of the Year with the Thunder. Josh Hart, 6th Man of the Year with the Charlotte Hornets. Kawhi, Defensive Player of the Year. Bol, Most Improved with the Boston Celtics. Okay. And then Coach of the Year and Executive of the Year going to the Brooklyn Nets. 66 wins on the season, 1st seed in the East. And we still don't have any players on the All-NBA 1st, 2nd, or 3rd team. That is insane. And then on the same with the defensive teams. How do we have a team so good we can't get anyone on any of those teams? I have no idea. Okongwu, All-Rookie 2nd team. And then, of course, this is the first year we have the play-in, so we don't really know our opponent yet. If we go ahead and look at the standings, the next closest team was the Chicago Bulls at number 2. And then the Cavs at number 3, they still got LeBron, they still got Kyrie, they still got Kevin Love, still running with that same trio in 2021. And then, of course, on the other side of the bracket, that Minnesota Timberwolves team, that absolutely stacked team, 62 wins on the season. So let's go ahead, simulate the play-in here, and see who the opponent is. It's going to be the Toronto Raptors, the 2017 NBA champions. They still have a lot of that core from that 2017 championship team. And yeah, they're looking a bit scary, honestly, for our first round matchup. I am not super excited about it. And I almost forgot to show you guys the season stats. I know we're 2 games into the first round at this point. But let's just go ahead and take a look. Tatum, the leading scorer with 18.5 points per game. Earl Jenkins, 17. Lonzo Ball, 15. Mike Conley, 13. George Brooks, 13. OG finally getting 10-plus points per game. Okongwu with 10 points. Drummond with 10 points. Norman Powell with 9. I mean, look at all this. Look at all this scoring. That's insane. And then the three-point percentages. Yeah, Tatum's doing great. Earl Jenkins is doing great. You'll love to see it. Okay, back to the first-round series here. We're up 2-0. Continuing on, looking like we're going to get a sweep, and it ends up being a 4-1 gentleman sweep instead of getting the true sweep here. We're going up rematch against the New York Knicks, who have pretty much the same starting lineup. I'm not super excited about that, but we do win game 1. There's a little bit of redemption. And Earl Jenkins out with an injury. That's going to put us at a little bit of a disadvantage. Now Bogdanovich is hurt. We're going to leave him in, and Bogdanovich is healed. Still leave it going. It's a tied series, 2 apiece. Earl Jenkins looks like he can come back into the lineup. He's going to play hurt. Drummond, what's up with Drummond? Is he not happy about something? He just signed his new contract. He's heated. I don't know what he's heated about. We're currently in the middle of a playoff series here. Down 3-2. And we lose again. I thought for sure that this would be the year. And the Timberwolves win the NBA Finals again. Karl-Anthony Towns, another Finals MVP. Okay, so here we go. Qualifying offers being extended to Lonzo Ball, OG, and Tatum. There's no way that they don't get offers here. Good thing is they are restricted free agents, so not the worst thing in the world. And let's see. Surely someone's going to offer them something. No, they haven't accepted anything yet. So far, wow. Tatum has no offers. That's insane. All right. Still no offers. I'm kind of surprised. Still no offers? Really? No one wants them? They're not accepting. Okay, now Tatum's getting a ton of offers coming through, but nothing he's interested in. No one can offer him enough money. Is that what's going on here? Oh my goodness. No one can even offer Steph Curry. Oh boy. All right. So we're in day 4 of free agency, and we might just be cruising on through with this thing. We might. Wow. This is actually insane. So right now we have about 10 players on the roster. I'm just waiting for a team to offer something, and nothing's happening here. So we're just going to proceed straight through the free agency period, and I think that's it. Yeah. Accept the qualifying offer, accept the qualifying offer, accept the qualifying offer. Can we do contract extensions now? That would be very nice if we could extend them. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're going to have to go into another off season with these guys. Drummond's upset about who knows what. I wish they still haven't updated it this year. It just says he's heated with the current situation. I'm not feeling the Nets right now. None of that makes any sense to me. You're getting the playing time. You're getting the stats. Let's go ahead and just see what's on the trade finder. He's not really regressing, but let's just see. DeAndre Jordan, that's not really a player we would look to have. Hassan Whiteside's still playing pretty well. He hasn't regressed. We can get Rudy Gobert. We can just bring Rudy Gobert on. I mean, they're basically the same player, right? It's just Gobert's a bit more well established, grounded. I mean, we could really just do that. I mean, yeah. Look at this. Look at these stats. They're pretty comparable, I would say, as far as field goal percentage goes. I guess Drummond's is a bit higher. It's just I don't know, if Drummond's not going to be happy, it just makes more sense to bring Rudy Gobert on board, I feel like. Oh, this was the first season he didn't get 10 points per game. It must be because he's not scoring as much. All right, we're making this trade. Drummond's unhappy. We're bringing Gobert on board. And let's see what the player progression is looking like now. Rudy Gobert stays at an 89 overall. Let's see what happened if Drummond went up or down. Let's take a look, and he stayed right at the same. So I feel like it's a win-win. Win-win for us. We got Tatum up to a 92. We got Gobert. We got Lonzo Ball at an 88. We got Mike Conley at an 86. Earl Jenkins, OG. Okongwu's up to an 80. Oh, that's great for a backup big. I hope he's not going to be upset about not enough playing time. Yeah, we got a solid roster here. I'm pretty excited. Okay, here's the starting lineup. We got Lonzo Ball at the 1, Norman Powell at the 2, Tatum at the 3, Jenkins at the 4, Gobert at the 5. We got Conley off the bench. I don't know about that. I feel like Conley should start over Powell, but we're going to just roll with it and see what happens. OG off the bench, Okongwu off the bench, Brooks off the bench. Jeremy Grant should not be in the reserves. Fred VanVleet should. And there you go. Okay, everyone freeze. We got a pretty interesting trade here. We just got offered Dame and Josh Richardson for George Brooks and Rudy Gobert. Now, obviously, if we trade Rudy Gobert, so far this season not getting quite as many boards as he usually does, but of course he's getting it done with the blocks. On the flip side, whoa, Dame. What's going on with Dame's scoring? Why is he not scoring? Who else is on this team in which Dame is not able to get 20 points per game? What is going on? What in the world? Their second best player is Trey Lyles. How in the world is Dame not getting buckets? What? Hold on. What's going on? What in the world? He's what? Really? I can't believe it. Okay, wow, he's gonna regress hard then. We're not. I know it sounds crazy, but we're not going with that offer because I would really desperately need a big at that point. And I don't know, what's Okongwu doing? Let's look at his stats right now. Maybe that's why Gobert's not getting as many boards. Actually, yeah, that's exactly why. Geez, look, we're gonna just let that trade go for now. Actually, you know what we can do? We can go into the trade finder and just see what's available if Dame is on the trade market, you know? Maybe there's some other good... Whoa, look at this. 2 G League guys for Dame and Seth Rodman. I mean, 2 G League guys for Dame, really? Are we being serious right now? Now, here's one that would make a little bit more sense because I would like to keep... Well, we don't need George Brooks anymore, actually. We have too many bigs at this point. We don't need George Brooks, so that's not an awful trade. But we also don't need Mike Conley if we're going to get Dame. How's Mike Conley been doing? He's been doing a lot better than Dame has recently. But Dame's also younger. This is just ridiculous. I can't believe I'm thinking about messing up the team chemistry just looking at these two guys. They also want a first-round pick, but it's not like I really care about that at this point. Are we really going to do this trade? Are we really gonna go for Dame here? We don't want to keep 3 guards on the team, you know. I know, like, looking at this trade, you're like, oh boy, look at this. You know, this seems like a good quality trade, but Earl Jenkins has been playing out of his mind. Man, I feel like you almost think I'm crazy for kind of hesitating to go for this trade because it's just like, look at Mike Conley's assist numbers. They're insane. Meanwhile, Dame's not as hot. You know, Mike Conley's been playing more the support role while Lonzo Ball, I guess, has been getting it done. I don't know. What's Lonzo Ball's assists looking like? Oh, he's also getting 10 assists per game. Okay, you know what? Look. It's probably a no-brainer. We don't need George Brooks. We got 2 other centers on this team, and I don't care about that first-round pick. So there you have it. The roster now, we got Jason Tatum and Damian Lillard on this team. Hopefully good enough for a championship. So the starting lineup is Lonzo, it's Dame, it's Tatum, it's this Earl Jenkins guy, and Rudy Gobert. Off the bench, we got Okongwu, OG Anunoby, Evan Fournier, and Norman Powell. And then we also have a young Desmond Bane who hasn't even gotten a chance to really show what he can do. We got a young Jeremy Grant as well, 77 overall. I guess he's not that young, 27 years old, but still. A contributor, solid contributor nonetheless. Honestly, we should probably go 10 deep here, maybe. Or at least we should consider it. I don't know. We'll just let him be for now. But yeah, solid roster, I think. Hopefully good enough for a championship this time around. Ben Simmons winning another MVP award. I cannot follow this timeline. This timeline's insane. Cade Cunningham, Rookie of the Year with the Cavs. Larry Nance Jr. still on the Lakers, 6th Player of the Year. Kawhi, Defensive Player of the Year. DeAndre Hunter, Most Improved. And then the Brooklyn Nets, once again, Coach of the Year. Executive of the Year is going to the San Antonio Spurs here. But yes, we finished first seed in the East with 66 wins. And once again, no... Oh, there we go. Lonzo Ball, All-NBA 3rd team. Finally, we're getting someone that is getting on an All-NBA team. And then Lonzo Ball's also all-defensive 2nd team. We don't have any rookies, so no Rookie of the Year to talk about. And then the 2nd place Eastern Conference team is that Cleveland Cavaliers team, 50 wins. They still have LeBron James, and now instead of Kyrie, looks like they got Cade Cunningham. Oh, they still have Kyrie, but Kyrie's hurt, so maybe that's what opened things up for Cade. The Knicks are not looking as good as they used to be, although they still have that same lineup, so that scares me a little bit. In case we face them in this NBA playoffs bracket. And then the Spurs are the best team in the West. They have Steph Curry now. Wow, insane. They got Steph, they got DeMarcus Cousins, they got LaMarcus Aldridge. Is Kawhi on this team? Kawhi is injured, but he's on that team as well. That's ridiculous. Okay, Looking at the stats for this team, if we go ahead and sort here, Jason Tatum, the leading scorer with 20 points per game. Earl Jenkins with 18. Dame finally starting to score a little bit. If we look at his recent games, how has he been doing to end the season? Oh yeah, that's looking much better. Some 20-point games mixed in there. He's got a 32-point game. Yeah, that's what we like to see. Lonzo Ball just doing it all. Rebounds, assists, and steals. Evan Fournier doing well. OG doing well. Okongwu doing well off the bench. Rudy Gobert not expected to be a scorer. That's probably what Drummond was upset about. But Gobert contributing with the rebounds and the blocks. That's exactly what we need from him. 3-point scoring is looking solid for this team. Let's go ahead and start simulating the play-in. And first round matchup is the Chicago Bulls with Kemba still. They still got Kemba. They still got DeAndre Ayton. They got Tyler Hero off the bench. It's a good team. I would not be surprised if we have some trouble, but so far we are doing okay, and we are going to get... Oh no. Please, you've got to be kidding me. Do we have injuries? We are up 3-0. We've got a couple minor injuries that players can play through, Rudy Gobert being the most concerning one. And now all of a sudden we're walking into a Game 7. I'm not really sure how that happened, but here we are nonetheless. Able to take a double-digit lead here in the second quarter. Can we hold on? That is going to be the question. So far, so good. Fourth quarter, still a decent lead, but they're coming back, and we end up winning this one 105-99. Dame, the leading scorer for the Brooklyn Nets. Earl Jenkins with 20, Tatum with 19, and then over on the other side, Tyler Hero with 27 points. My goodness. Okay, so we made it to the second round, barely. Not really sure what happened again, but here we are facing the MVP in Ben Simmons. They also still have Joel Embiid. They got Kevin Love. They got Jonathan Isaac, who's an 85 overall. So that team is star-studded. You would think, though, that the team that won 66 games in the season would do a whole lot better than what we are currently doing. Oh my goodness, here we are, another Game 7. I don't know if that can handle this, man. I'm trying to win us a championship and go home here. Okay, we got a decent lead here in the third quarter, double digits, almost up by 20 points here at the early fourth quarter, and it's looking pretty solid. Yeah, we win this one by 15 points. Lonzo Ball a little bit hurt, but getting 25 points in this one. Tatum with 23, Dame with 18, going against the 7-seed Bucks, led by Giannis and Jordan Poole. They also have an 87 overall Mo Bamba. Okay. All right, 2K with your goofy simulations. Chris Middleton's still on this team. I'm feeling more confident. I was saying I was feeling more confident about this one than the other series, but already off to a slow start. But here we are, up 3-1, going on to the NBA Finals against the San Antonio Spurs. Not really surprised. Lonzo Ball wins the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. And yeah, this Spurs team, they have Tyrese Maxey too? Okay, so Curry's hurt right now. Curry's out hurt, so that helps our odds. They got Kawhi, they got DeMarcus, they got LaMarcus, DeMarcus and LaMarcus, they got Domantas Sabonis. This team's really good. Hold on, let's just make sure, is he actually hurt right now, or can he play through the injury? He is out for the season, broken right ankle. Okay, well, that definitely improves the odds, but let's just keep in mind how much we struggled to even get to this point. Gobert is heated. I don't understand what's up with the bigs. I really don't understand. I don't know if it's because they don't like sharing time with Okongwu or what's going on, but we end up winning Game 1, winning Game 2, so winning the first two at home, up 3-0, and we're going to sweep. Okay, let's go. Lonzo Ball is your Finals MVP, 16 points, 8.5 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals per game. He's shooting a solid 3-point percentage, 36% from 3. Let's go ahead and look at the finals stats. And there you have it. Earl Jenkins was the leading scorer, followed by Dame, followed by Tatum in the NBA Finals. And that'll do it for the very first rebuild for NBA 2K25, rebuilding the Steph Curry era team in the Brooklyn Nets, the worst team in the 2016-2017 NBA season in real life. Click the video on your screen now for another NBA 2K25 video.